All right. Welcome back to statistics. Today we're going to do statistics lesson 2. And I think in all of 6th grade, this is one of my very favoriteest lessons. We're going to learn about mean, median, mode, and range today and statistics. If you don't have it pulled up yet, please pull up on an online calculator, or if you have a handheld one, get that out. Your phone would work just fine. I like to go to desmos.com/scientific. This is similar to what you would see like on the RISE test or something. Okay, have that pulled up because we will use our calculator today. Woo! Maybe that's why it's part of my favorite lesson. All right, our learning target. Start with me at I can. Ready? Go. I can find and describe the measures of center, mean and median, and measures of variation, range and interquartile range for a data set. So today, mostly, we are working on finding, a little bit of describing, mean, median, and range. We'll throw a mode in there too. Okay. So another reason why this might be my favorite lesson is a song I love singing. So this is a song to help you remember how to find these things. So here we go. We're going to sing it a few times today. Sing along with me. I'll sing it once and then you can sing it with me. Here we go. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one that appears the most, and the range is the difference between. Okay, so will you sing this one with me? We're going to sing it later on too. Ready? Go. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one that appears the most, and the range is the difference between. Notice the purple words. These are the words that we're really going to focus on as we go throughout our lesson today. One more time on the song, and then we'll get into it. Ready? Here we go. Hey diddle diddle, the median is the middle. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one that appears the most, and the range is the difference between. Okay, so let's start with the mean. Mean is the average of a set of data. To calculate the mean, find the sum of the data, then divide. So remember in our song we said we add and divide for the mean. So the sum, add, and then divide. Okay. So here we have, right here, I don't want to show you the rest of it yet. Right here, a group of numbers like this is called our data set. So we have our data set. So the first thing we're going to do is find the sum. So we would add it all up. This is why we have a calculator. Okay, what I would do is maybe split screen my screen and have my calculator on one side. If you have a phone is going to work perfect for this, but I kind of just cross it off as I add it to make sure that I get all of those numbers that I need in there, okay? Then divide by however many numbers are in my data. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I add and divide, and I get the mean or the average of 11.5. Woo! The mean is a little bit mean, right? You can remember this because your mean teacher averages your grade. So let's try the next one. We're going to do this together, okay? An electronics store sells stereos at the following prices. Okay, so here is our data set right here. What is the mean price? So let's see, I'm going to split my screen so that we can still see everything. Here we go. And let's figure it out. Remember, you add and divide for the mean, so we add it all up. So we would do 350 plus 275 plus 500 plus, let's see, 325 plus 100 plus 375. Aren't you so glad you're not doing this by hand? Plus 300. All right, so our total when we add is 2,225. Then I have to divide for the mean, right? We add and divide. How many numbers are there in my set? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then I would divide that by 7. So all you have to do is hit the blue enter sign on the calculator over there after you're done adding, and then you can click divide. Nope, let's click clear. Then you click answer right here under 3, answer divided by 7. And then click that blue enter again. So the mean on this one is, let's see if I can get it to work. Select, here we go. The mean is 317 point, and then I always just go out 3 places, 8, 5, 7. You don't have to write that whole thing out there. Just go out 3 places. Really, technically, it's money, right? So we would round that up to a 6 and forget that 7 there and put a dollar sign. Okay, either way it works. I'm going to make this big again. Let's look. We're going to move on and talk about the median now. The median is the middle. The median's the middle. Okay, when, this is the hard part, when arranged in numerical order. That means I have to put the numbers in order first. So let's look. Here's our data set again. And we are asked to find the median. So we have to put them in number order, or least to greatest. Okay, 7, 11, 11, 12, 13, 15. The median is the middle number, right? What's in the middle? So I usually go like this: 7, 15, 11, 13. 11 and 12 are my middle numbers. So I could just say, what's right in between 11 and 12 if they're the same number? Or I could find the average, add them together, divide by 2, and I would get 11.5. So let's try that on this one. You don't really need a calculator now, right? Now we need to order them. So let's start by finding the smallest. I have 100, and then I have 275, then I have 300. Ooh, I wrote too big. Then I have 325, then I have 350, and 375, and then 500. So we've got to find the median. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. Okay, so we've got to find the middle number. Once they're in order, we can go shoo, 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 shoo. 325 is our middle number. It would be easier if I would have lined them all up. I wrote too big. Remember, here's a way to remember it too. Middle and median have a D almost in the middle. So if I have 2 D's like this, I have to add and divide to find the middle of those. And then median has a D in the middle. Or just remember our song. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. This one is the best one, the easiest. The mode is the one that appears the most. Notice how they kind of sound the same, right? The mode of this set, what number shows up the most? 11, right? Because it shows up the most. Sometimes a data set might have 2 modes. For example, look at this set right here. I have 2 5s. I apologize. 2 5s and 2 7s. So 5 and 7 are both the mode, right? Sometimes if a data set has none that show up more than once, there is no mode, so we would say no mode. So let's look at this data set. What is the mode of this set of numbers? None. There is no mode, right? What about this set? Wait a second. Isn't that the same set? It is the same set. There is none. You could put none or no mode. Remember that mode means the number that occurs the most because mode and most sound alike. The mode is the one that appears the most. Now, the last one is the range, okay? The range is the difference between difference, right? We know difference means to subtract. So here we have a set of numbers. To find the range, you find the big number, the largest number, and subtract the smallest number from it. So the largest number is 55, right? If you look up here, and the smallest number is 26. So the range, when you subtract or find the difference, is 29. So here we have the mean, your mean teacher, median, right? The middle, mode, most, range, difference. So let's start. Okay, here's our set. Now, you don't have to do it in the order that it's listed over here. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. Now, before I can do that, usually what I do very first, before I even start, I order them from least to greatest. Okay, least to greatest. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. So let's find the middle. 1 and 10, 7 and 8. Oh, 7 is the middle, so that's my median. The mode, let's see. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. I don't want to do that right now. The mode is the one that appears the most. Yes, 7 shows up the most because it's in there twice. The range is the difference between 10 minus 1, right? 10 minus 1 is 9. Now, the mean. We add and divide, right? So let's pull our calculator back up and let's add them. 10 and 8 and 1 and 7 and 7 equals 33. Remember that magic answer button? Click on that. You add and divide for the mean, so I have to do 33 divided by 5. And the mean is 6.6. All right. First things first, put them in number order. So I have 2, 2, 2, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just always like to recount and make sure I have them in there. All right, should we do them in order of the song or what's on here? Let's do the song. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. Okay, so let's find the middle number. Uh-oh. I have 2, so I could just say what's right in between those. What's right in between 2 and 3? The median's the middle, 2.5. You add and divide for the mean. Okay, so let's add and divide. Let's clear. We have 2 plus 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5. Always just make sure you get them all. Then answer 21 divided by how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The answer is, for the mean, 3.5. The mode is the one that appears the most. So what shows up the most? 2. The range is the difference between, so the range is the high minus the low. So our range is 5. Let's try another one. Put them in number order. 2, 4, 7, 8, 10. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. 7. You add and divide for the mean. So let's add and divide. Add them up. 2, 10, 4, 7, and 8. You add, and then you divide for the mean. How many are in there? 5. So our mean is 6.2. The mode is the one that appears the most. They all only show up one time. So do we have a mode? We have no mode. So I'm just going to put none. The range is the difference between 10 minus 2 equals 8. All right, now let's do this one without singing the song. Put them in number order. 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm going to go with the one that's the easiest. The mode. What shows up the most? 3. The range is pretty easy. The high minus the low. That's our range. The median is the middle. So just kind of cross them off until you find the middle. Oh, it's the exact same number. What happens when it's the exact same number? It's that number. And then the mean. I always save the mean for last because it's kind of mean. Okay? You don't have to. You can do it in any order you want. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 8 plus another 3 plus 2. And then I'm going to take my answer and divide it by, how many were in there? 6. So now, see how I have decimal there? I'm only going to go out 3 places. Now this is one that's going to repeat forever and ever. Awesome. Okay, go ahead and pause this video and try this on your own. All right, let's walk through this one. 1, 4, 7, 7, 8, 8. The mode is the one that appears the most, right? Well, I have 2 that both show up twice, so I have 2 modes, 7 and 8. The range is the high minus the low, so 8 minus 1, so our range is 7. The median is the middle number, so I just start by crossing off the high and the low, then the next high and the low, then I'm in the middle. What's right in between 7 and 7? 7. Then we add and divide. So we add and divide for the mean. Add them all up. 8 plus 4 plus 8 plus 7 plus 1 plus 7. So I have 35. How many numbers were in my data set? 6. So I take my add, my sum, and divide by 6. And I get 5.833 repeating forever and ever. How'd you do? If you got it right, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back. Nice job. This is kind of fun. See, I love this stuff. I hum the song and sing the song in my head all the time. All right, here we go. Pause if you feel comfortable. We'll talk about that question at the bottom at the end. So pause and try, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, we have 3, 4, 4, 9, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. So let's add and divide for the mean. 4 plus 9 plus 3 plus 9 plus 4. We add and divide. How many? 5. For the mean, our mean is 5.8. The mode is the one that appears the most. Oh, what shows up the most in here? 4 and 9, right? The range is the difference between, difference means subtract, high minus the low. Okay, our numbers are kind of all over the place, right? Which measures of center? So when we talk about measures of center, we're talking about these two. Best represents the data in our set. What measure of center? I think the median in this case, because it's actually one of the numbers in our data set. All right, let's put them in number order. 2, 8, 9, 10. All right. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. Okay, so let's add and divide. 2 plus 10 plus 8 plus 9 plus 1 equals 3, and then 30. Then I have 5. Oops. See, answer. I have 5 numbers in my data set, so I have to divide by 5. So we get the answer of 6. You add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one that appears the most. There is no mode, right? You could also put none there. The range is the difference between, or the high minus the low. So our range is 9. Which measure of center best represents the given data? In this case, I would say the mean. Why? If you look at our data set in order, we have some pretty extreme numbers. We're clear down at 1 and 2, and then we skip all of the numbers in between and go up to 8, 9, and 10. So really, 8's not really a center of this list. If I were to list all the numbers, 5 would be the center, right? So 6 is a better representation of this information. All right, go ahead and pause and try this on your own. Okay. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. Median is 7. You add and divide for the mean. 7 plus 9 plus 2 plus 2 plus 8 plus 7. You add and divide. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Silly Mrs. Smith. Here we go. Answer, divide that by 6. And we get 5.833 repeating. The mode is the one that appears the most. 2 modes in this one, 2 and 7. The range is the difference between 9 minus 2 is 7. Which measure of center best represents this data? I would say the median, because it's a whole number and it separates the data perfectly in half. Almost done. 2 more. Here we go. Go ahead and pause. You can do both of the next ones if you want, and then come back and we'll talk about them. But let's put the numbers in order first. 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. We add and divide for the mean. Okay. 4 plus 7 plus 6 plus 7 plus 5 plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just want to make sure I have them all there. We add and divide, so now I have to divide by 6. 5.833. Repeat that number seems to show up a lot in these data sets. Add and divide for the mean, that's 8. The mode is the one that appears the most. 2 of them. The range is the difference between. All right, again, I would pick the median because it is the exact middle. I have a 4, I have a 5, I have a 6, and a 7. Technically, it would be 5.5. All right, last one. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. You add and divide for the mean. Now, if you wanted to do it by hand, you could. You don't have to use the calculator. I just find the calculator. Oh, goodness. How do I? There we go. 5 plus 5 plus 7 plus 1. I find the calculator to be a little faster, especially when I'm not testing to see do you know how to add. I'm testing do you know how to find these, right? Add and divide. So I added them up. Divide by 4. And I get 4.5 for my mean. Add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one that appears the most. And the range is the difference between. All right, I would say that the mean is the best because we have a spread of 1 to 7 this time instead of a nice close clustered spread. Go ahead and remember to click that submit button up there at the top of your assignment, and then go do the practice and the exit ticket. Best of luck. Have fun. Don't forget to sing that song. Hey diddle diddle, the median's the middle. We add and divide for the mean. The mode is the one that appears the most, and the range is the difference between. Have a great day.